This is the harsh reality of CM Punk returning to WWE. Before we get too deep into things, if you've been here before, then you know that I have talked about CM Punk quite a bit last month and why I believe that even though he is my all-time favorite wrestler, that his release from AEW was justified. And if I were in the position of Tony Khan, I would have done the same thing, probably would have done it a long time ago, honestly. But this is followed by the news of AEW signing Adam Copeland, FKA Edge, which is a huge gimme for AEW. And I would love to say that Edge being signed to AEW would reflect in the ratings positively, but that's a topic for another day, okay? With Edge now going to AEW, eyes were on WWE to know how would they respond to this? How would they respond to a legend, one of their biggest stars of the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era, going to the rival promotion? How would they react to that exactly? Would they sign somebody equally as big? Then I thought to myself, well, there is nobody equally as big as Edge that is not under a WWE contract, so I don't know who that would be. And that's when I remembered that CM Punk got fired with cause, so he is technically a free agent. And we've had several reports out today that CM Punk may be on his way back. The Wrestling Observer newsletter is already saying that regarding CM Punk, there is obviously tons of talk regarding him returning to WWE. Those close to Punk has told us that it is his intention to return and that the two sides are in talks. One would expect if such a deal is made that Survivor Series weekend in Chicago would be the time to do the surprise return. These were all just talks, of course. There's also talks that a source told House of Wrestling, who has a direct link to CM Punk, that they feel it is a safe bet that CM Punk will be at WWE's Survivor Series 2023 event in Chicago. If you go down the line on Twitter, you'll find more and more tweets about this. So once again, the world is talking and all eyes are on CM Punk. And I titled this video on YouTube, The Reality of CM Punk Going to WWE or something along those lines, because this, I feel, may be very much a reality. If anything, I think it very much is going to be a reality. I think it is very likely we are going to see CM Punk back in a WWE ring. Survivor Series is indeed going to be in Chicago, Illinois, so that is the most opportune time to bring CM Punk back. I mean, AEW did it. They basically based the entire show, AEW Rampage, the second show, around the idea that CM Punk could be at the show. It was almost an instant sellout, and then CM Punk made his return. And that was just so nice, they had to do it twice. After Brawl Out, they brought CM Punk back to Chicago. I don't recall if that show sold out, but, I mean, Chicago, United Center, I mean, you get the point. That's his hometown, it's a guaranteed pop, why wouldn't you do it? You'd be stupid not to, right? Except, maybe it isn't a good idea to bring CM Punk back. So let's talk about it. Let's break down the positives and negatives of CM Punk going to WWE. We're not going to go straight into the blaring negative, but we're going to touch upon a negative first. And that is that the novelty of CM Punk returning is already kind of like devalued because he returned already. CM Punk returned to professional wrestling on August 21st, 2021 in All Elite Wrestling. That will go down in history as CM Punk's return to professional wrestling. No matter how ugly his departure from AEW was, you can't escape that. This is his return. However, the obvious caveat to this is that a good portion of wrestling fans do not watch AEW. This is not me waving my WWE flag in the air. This is not me trying to come at All Elite Wrestling. The fact of the matter is, there are a lot of people in this world that know WWE and don't know what AEW is. Or they know what AEW is and they actively choose, whatever the reason may be, they actively choose not to watch AEW. Yes, AEW does 800,000, 900,000, sometimes a million. They sold 85... whatever the number is for this show, because there's been a bunch of numbers thrown around at this point, they sold a ton of tickets for a stadium show in London, England. You can't undermine AEW at all. They are absolutely the second biggest wrestling promotion in the world. But the reality is there are people who did not watch it. Do not watch it, never seen it, have no intention to watch it. So to those people, this would be CM Punk's WWE return. And even if you watch AEW, this would be a humongous deal because he has been gone from the promotion for 10 years. So the one negative, honestly, you could combat that with a positive. The other negative would be is that this would be a watered down version of CM Punk in AEW. Because we've seen CM Punk in AEW and we know what he was capable of in that promotion, we already know when he goes to WWE, there's no blood. Promos to an extent will be scripted. His wrestling will be limited to an extent. And obviously he's not going to have that creative power, pull, or whatever he had in AEW. Some might say CM Punk is washed. I wouldn't go that far because I thought he had some really good to even great matches in his AEW run. But you can give up on the idea of CM Punk of 2013 coming back because those days are long gone. He's older and he's 2 injuries deep. But you can combat that with a positive too. You can protect CM Punk by having him work part-time. He could be a special attraction. It protects CM Punk from getting stale, and it also protects CM Punk's body because he doesn't have to work a rigorous schedule. Obviously, don't put the world title on him, and I think he's fine. So again, we can combat that negative with a positive. The third, and honestly, I wouldn't even say it's a negative because it's just the honest truth, is that WWE does not need CM Punk. WWE is smashing records on a monthly basis. How often do we see Triple H go on these media calls and saying, oh, we just broke the new record for gate at Backlash, or the gate at Payback, or the gate at Extreme Rules. We just broke the record for most tickets sold. WWE's been doing this for like a long ass time without CM Punk being there. They've been fine without him for the last 10 years, and they'll be fine without him for the next 10 years. They don't need CM Punk, but could the name CM Punk on the roster be of a benefit to them? Oh, absolutely. We all know CM Punk is a draw. He was the biggest draw in AEW, and he would be one of the biggest draws in WWE if he came back. Whether it's Chicago, Philadelphia, Tampa, he would get an earth-shattering pop if he returned. Viewership will most definitely go up in the short term if he comes back. 10 years removed, there's so many names in the WWE roster that CM Punk could possibly work with that he's never had before or he hasn't worked with in 10 years. Well, if every negative I'm throwing has a positive to combat it, then why not bring CM Punk back? The glaring negative is irrefutable. And that's the baggage that comes with bringing him back. He got fired from AEW for a reason. He started 2 fights backstage and reportedly lunged at his boss. Made a toxic work environment and can be seen as a hazard backstage. So why would WWE want to bring that bad energy over to that company? A company that has zero tolerance for the stuff that went over in AEW. Because I think we can all be honest here that CM Punk fighting backstage in WWE just would not have happened. And if it did happen, he would have been fired right away. There simply would not have been a second time or any of that other stuff going on. Whatever your thoughts may be on who was a contributing factor to this and who set CM Punk up and who said what and da-da-da-da-da. Fact of the matter is, CM Punk got fired for a reason. Before he got fired from AEW, he got fired from WWE 10 years ago. So the question is he worth the baggage? I don't think he is personally. For as grand as the WWE roster is, there's really not too many people on that roster that I'm clamoring to see CM Punk face. In my personal opinion, I believe CM Punk was best suited in AEW. He had tons more creative freedom. He had a lot of opponents to work with. So many dream opponents we still had left before his release. It just felt natural. This would have felt natural if all the stuff in AEW never went down. Like I said in the beginning, the novelty is not going to truly be there because he already made his professional wrestling return in AEW. After all that was said and done, if he comes to WWE, I will still pop. Because I still got a soft spot in my heart for CM Punk. He's still my all-time favorite wrestler, despite what others may believe. Now, president of WWE, Nick Khan, basically already said they don't really have any interest. But if Endeavor does, it doesn't matter what Nick Khan wants, they're bringing him in. So fuck it, let me fantasy book real quick, right? Let's say CM Punk does return to Survivor Series, right? Bar none, your biggest match to do is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship, which I would do at the Royal Rumble. I would not have CM Punk in the Royal Rumble match. That's a terrible idea if he's not winning it, which he shouldn't be winning it. CM Punk is going to be 10 years removed from his last Rumble appearance, so this is the perfect way to go. Would I have him win? No, absolutely not. Same man that got injured twice during his AEW World title run? Give me a break. Doesn't even sound right to me. Should WWE bring CM Punk back? Comment down below, let me know.